The Carolina Panthers are standing on a dangerous ledge right now because one wrong move on draft night could set the franchise back for years. Dan Morgan is the man holding all the cards, and he is preparing a massive gamble that will either save us or sink us. This isn't just about picking a player, it is about a high-stakes trade that could redefine our entire roster. If we stay put, we might miss out on the talent we desperately need. The risk of doing nothing is far greater than the risk of making a bold move right now. Dan Morgan is the architect of our future, and his style is starting to show through the smoke of the offseason. The news is simple. The Panthers are likely to trade their first-round pick to get more value. We are looking at a deal where we move down slightly but gain another high-impact pick in return. This is exactly how we build a winning team without wasting resources. Think of it like trading one big chance for two even better ones. We need more than just one star. We need a whole group of young talent to fix this team. If this really happens, everything changes for us. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next update. We are hearing that the Buffalo Bills might be our perfect trade partner. They want to move up, and we need to move back. By doing this, we get 3 picks in the top 55 instead of just 2. That is a massive difference for our future. It means more young players who can start right away and help us win games. Dan Morgan has shown he loves to move up and down the draft board. This is his signature style, and it is starting to make a lot of sense for our situation. But here is the real problem. If we trade back too far, we might lose the players we really want. It is a delicate balance between getting more picks and getting the right players. We are looking at a specific trade that gives us pick 23 and pick 54. In exchange, we give up our 19th pick and a third-rounder. This sounds like a lot of numbers, but it really just means we get more high-quality talent. We need players who can play right now, not projects for 3 years from now. This move would totally transform our roster and take us to the next level. We have been waiting for a front office that understands value. Dan Morgan seems to be that guy, but the pressure is mounting. If he pulls this off, he looks like a genius. If he fails, we are stuck in the basement of the division again. What happens next could shock everyone, but the logic is clear. We are aiming for a deeper, stronger team. This is about building a foundation that lasts for years, not just a quick fix today. Now we have to talk about the player at the center of this plan. This young playmaker, Casey Conception, is the spark our offense has been missing for a long time. We have seen flashes of greatness from our current group, but this new problem is exactly why the front office is sweating right now. They know they need a game changer who can stretch the field and make the quarterback's life easier. This prospect has all the tools, but bringing him in requires Dan Morgan to be absolutely perfect with his timing. If we wait too long, someone else will snatch him up. The gap between his potential and our current frustration is huge. Fans are tired of seeing an offense that struggles to move the ball 10 yards. This young athlete could change that on day one. But wait until you hear this. The tension in the room is about whether he can handle the pressure of being the savior. We aren't just looking for a wide receiver, we are looking for a new identity. The front office knows that if they miss on this pick, the fans will not be forgiving. It is a high-pressure situation for a young man. We have seen so many rookies fail in the past because the situation wasn't right. That is why the trade matters so much. By getting more picks, we can surround this young star with even more talent. We can't just throw him out there alone and expect miracles. We need to build a wall around the quarterback and give this kid room to run. Dan Morgan is trying to create the perfect environment for success. It is a complicated puzzle, and every piece has to fit perfectly. But here's the real problem. There are other teams looking at the same talent. We aren't the only ones who see the potential in this wideout. If we trade down to 23, we are betting that he will still be there. It is a massive risk. If he is gone, we are left holding extra picks but no star. That is the nightmare scenario that keeps insiders up at night. We have to be bold, but we also have to be careful. The balance of power in our division could shift based on this one decision. Everything is on the line right now. We must get this right. Let's look at the direct consequences of this move because it really comes down to winning and losing. If we pull off this trade, it means we have 3 chances to find a star instead of just 2. This could help us win more games immediately. It is about putting more talent on the field so we don't have to rely on luck. When you have more high picks, your chances of finding a great player go way up. This is the simplest way to fix a roster that has been struggling for years. If we stay at our current spot, we might get one great player, but the rest of the team stays the same. That is a recipe for failure in this league. You need depth to survive a long season. One injury can ruin everything if you don't have good backups. By trading down and getting more picks, we are protecting ourselves against that risk. This changes everything for us because it gives us a safety net. It makes the team stronger from top to bottom. The risk of failure is real, and it is scary. If we don't add enough talent this offseason, we will fall behind our rivals. Our fans should be very worried if we just sit still and do nothing. We have seen what happens when teams get complacent. They end up at the bottom of the standings with no hope for the future. Dan Morgan knows this, and that is why he is pushing for this trade. He wants to ensure we are competitive every single Sunday. This is dangerous because if the picks don't work out, we wasted our best assets. Now everything changes because we are finally seeing a clear plan. Instead of just picking the biggest name, we are picking the best value. This is how the best teams in the NFL stay on top for a decade. They don't just look at 1 year. They look at the next 5 years. We need to be smart and realize that one player isn't enough. We need a whole group of young, hungry athletes who want to win. This trade is the first step in making that happen. It is a bold strategy, but it is the only way to truly transform this team into a winner for our loyal fans. Imagine the best-case scenario for a moment. We trade down, get our extra picks, and still land the wide receiver we want. Suddenly, we have 3 young stars joining the team at once. Our offense becomes explosive, our defense gets a boost, and we start winning the games we used to lose. The fans are happy, the stadium is loud, and we are finally back in the playoffs. This is the dream that every Panthers fan is holding on to right now. It is within our reach if we make the right moves. But if it fails, the results will be devastating. Imagine trading down and watching every player we liked get taken by other teams. We end up with extra picks, but we use them on players who aren't ready for the NFL. Our season starts with a string of losses, and the pressure on the front office becomes unbearable. This is the nightmare that keeps us awake at night. The margin for error is so small, and the consequences of a mistake are so large. We can't afford to get this wrong. This is where things get dangerous because the draft is always a gamble. No matter how much scouting you do, you never really know how a player will perform. But we have to take the risk because playing it safe has led us nowhere. We need to be aggressive and trust our evaluations. Dan Morgan has a vision for this team, and we have to hope his vision is the right one. The tension is building every day as we get closer to the draft. Everyone has an opinion, but only one man's opinion matters. Short sentences increase the tension because every word feels like a heartbeat. We are waiting. We are watching. We are hoping. This trade could be the turning point for the entire franchise. It is the difference between being a loser and being a champion. We have been in the dark for too long, and we are finally seeing a glimpse of light. But that light could be snatched away in a second if we aren't careful. The contrast between success and failure has never been sharper. We are on the edge of something big, and we just have to hope it is a step in the right direction for our team. To summarize, the Carolina Panthers are at a crossroads that will define our future for a long time. Dan Morgan is looking to pull off a masterstroke by trading down and stockpiling elite talent. This isn't just about one draft pick. It is about building a roster that can actually compete for a championship. We have the chance to add 3 top-tier players who can change the face of this franchise. But the risk is immense, and the pressure is higher than ever before. Be honest. Would you trust a rookie in this situation, or would you rather have the extra picks? It is a tough question that every fan is debating right now. This isn't just a move for today, it's a decision that will define this team for years. We need you with us as this story unfolds. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat. Hit that notification bell because things are moving fast and you don't want to be left behind. This is our time to finally get it right. Do you believe in the plan? Let us know your thoughts below.